All right, let's go, bro. We about to bust down this spread.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
For sure. You throw some of these beef jerkies up
Oh,
in there.
nigga.
Oh man, I got you. Go for it.
Good shit. We about to do the
Grab it
chips.
back out of here, man.
No, that's the extra sauce.
I'm telling
You know what I'm
you,
saying?
that's the last, bro.
Oh, we ain't got no can opener, bro.
No, hell no. Hit it on the ground.
Bro, fuck it. Hey, let's go holler. Fuck that shit, bro. Oh my God.
So June, you've been a barber for a while now. What actually landed you in prison before you became a barber though?
Made a lot of bad choices.
What's a bad choice? What that look like? Yeah, like what was you doing?
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I was doing my thing. I was doing what barbers, the old school barbers do. You know what I'm saying? They was on both sides of the fence.
So you was trying to make legit money and illegitimate money at the same time?
That's exactly what I was doing.
What really pushed you to be like, you know what, I'm really willing to give up the illegitimate money to get some legal money? Like what was that moment where you was like, I ain't got a choice, I gotta do something different?
That's because I went to jail. You know what I'm saying? When I went to jail, I started cutting hair even more. I was able to practice more. I was able to perfect my craft. And when I came out, I remember having a lot of conversations where they was trying to ask me, like, have you ever just tried to be a barber? Like, not do nothing on the side, just a barber? And I was like, nah, I never really thought barbers really made that type of money until I really got serious with it. So once I got serious with it, when I really only became a barber and I was just cutting, like I wasn't doing nothing on the side, I was investing all my time and energy into this, I see the benefit of just being a barber.
So you talk about going to jail, but what was that moment like? What actually happened?
What, that sent me to jail?
Yeah, like what actually happened in that moment when you got arrested?
Ooh. I was trying to bust a move. I was doing some shit I wasn't supposed to be doing. I got pulled over. I remember, that's funny, I remember my cuz over there, my phone ended up calling him when I was like doing like a high-speed chase. So it was kind of crazy. Kind of see your life flash before your eyes. Because you might crash, you might not, you know what I'm saying? It might be anything that just happened and fuck up everything.
So in that moment when you felt like, fuck it, I'm gonna just pull over, let them arrest me, whatever the case may be, what was that feeling like? What did you feel like?
I mean, I got away, so it was different. That situation was a little different. Like I hit yeah. So I got caught up like later on. I didn't when the situation actually happened, I actually got away. I ended up getting caught maybe like 7-8 days later because I didn't want to change my face. I didn't want to change my look. Okay. So, you know, I ended up getting caught up like that.
Upon you going to jail, is that where you and Cuzzo met?
Well, I met him on my last year. I mean, we became friends because he seemed like a solid individual when I first met him. You understand?
So I'm not solid now?
Huh?
I said, so I'm not solid now? You said when I met him.
I mean, in jail you was different, you know what I'm saying? You different on the street.
So what made you gravitate to him? What made you feel like, okay, he cool, I can fuck with him?
What made me gravitate to June was, I don't know, he was a little different and he was quiet and he stayed to himself, right? He wasn't like a boisterous type of person.
June, quiet, for real?
In jail. In jail he was though, because he trying to figure it out, like definitely, you know what I mean? So that's what gravitated me to him. And then especially in jail, right? It's like you hang with people as far as like from your neighborhood. So like once I found out he was from Oakland, that gravitated to me to him even more because, you know, Bloods hang with Bloods, Crips hang with Crips, white boys hang with white boys, you know what I mean? So that's how it goes. So once I found out that he was from my region, right, and we get to hollering, right, and then I start like just understanding who he is and then like seeing his personality and stuff, then we actually clicked and that's how we became cool.
Was there any incidents in jail where y'all had to like, you know, like link up together, like to take care of some shit? Like, you know, you kind of got to go through some shit with somebody before you feel like, nah, that's my nigga, like I fuck with them. Like, was there anything that happened that made you like, okay, now I know for sure, like I can rock with them?
Yeah, I'm actually curious about that because I know why I fucked with you, but I don't know why you fucked with me though. So, like in the pen, on some pen shit, I don't know what happened that made you really, you know what I'm saying, like what she just said.
Right, the reason why I started fucking with June the barber, right, is because
my name's June, bro. It's not just, you don't gotta know the barber.
June the barber, nigga.
June is cool, bro.
You June on the street. Yeah, June the barber on the street, bro.
I'm just.
No, how I really started messing with June was that he was a man of his word, like, cause all you got in jail as far as is your word, right? So it's like I'm used to dealing with people as far as like, oh yeah, man, grab this for me, grab that though, and then it'll put a person in a situation. I go and grab a cell phone or whatever the case may be, but all the time you really ain't got the money to pay.
Oh
for
yeah,
it.
I remember.
Right,
that.
you know what I mean? So every time that I done went and actually like did some type of like. Every time I done went and did some type of play as far as like to get something for him, right? Like I'll be like, I explain to him, like, bro, look, like he's like, bro, stop talking to me like that, bro. Like if I tell you my word, this is my word. And every time like he started coming through, right? But then another time, right, what really started me to get in a mess with him, right? He really saved me from catching a life sentence. Okay. You feel me, right? For real, like. Yeah, like no bullshit. It was an incident as far as to where it was another African ended up taking some Mexican's phone, and it was gonna get all of us in a situation as far as like
a riot.
You know what I mean?
It was about to go up.
Yeah, right. So I took it up on myself as far as so instead of letting everybody go, I started getting on this one dude, right, which beating him up, right? You know what I mean?
You wasn't beating his ass. You was. Yeah.
It went a little bit further than that, right? I was choking him out to where I was getting ready to kill him, right?
A big ass nigga choking a nigga out like this.
I was choking him out, right? But then June, like, come on, right? He stopped me from hurting this dude, right? He dragged me and the dude down the aisle, like nigga, stop. Like
you wouldn't let go.
Like I wouldn't let go, cause I'm like, shit, like might as well take him out. Like I'm a 2-strike felon. If I'ma go all the way. Like, you know what I mean?
How long did you stay in jail? How long were you there?
2 prison terms.
Is that like in years? What is that in years?
Like so. Right, so this is embarrassing. So my first time going to jail, I did 6, and then
how long was you out for?
I was out for a year.
6 years?
I did 6 years. My first time ever, fresh out of high school. Oh, okay. Right, you know what I mean? Fresh out of high school, right? When did 6 years, I was out a year, right? And I went back, and then I did 8 years. Right, and now I've been out for 4 years now, as far as like in a successful like barber. Thank you, I appreciate that.
That's 20 years.
I think I heard you before say that when you were in prison, you lost your father when you were there. Yeah. How did you deal with that emotionally while in prison?
Me losing my father had like a major impact on me, right? I ended up losing my father to colon cancer as far as while I was in prison, but I didn't know at the time it was actually colon cancer. Okay. Like he used to come visit me every other weekend, and yeah, we was very close.
Was in that prison room every weekend, faithfully.
But we didn't get close until I actually went to jail. Like when I was out here, I was like the typical youngster, you know what I mean, rebellious to their parents, and like I really didn't understand like his whole meaning, kind of how like your sons are towards you, you know what I mean? Yeah. Right, and it took that situation as far as to like for me to create a different bond with my father, and once I did that, and it's like I developed this bond, like, you know what I mean? Then all this happened. It happened like out of nowhere. Like they called me to the program office, nigga, and tell me to call my parents, and it's like, nigga, your pop's dead.
How are you feeling in that moment?
Like, I'm stuck at a standstill at that time, right? Me and June had got like some phones and stuff taken from us, and like I'm the one that actually got caught with some stuff, right? So it's like I'm confined to quarters, meaning I can't leave off the bunk. So it's like they got me on like a lockdown, and plus the actual prison went on lockdown. So it's like we can't go outside, I can't walk, I can't do like nothing as far as to get away from this. They call me to the program office, I get the phone call, I call my mom, she break down. I break down in here, right? I go back to the dorm, and my cuz already know what time it is, you know what I mean? So he consoled me as far as like on that, right, and just like trying to keep me straight though. But at that time, I'm feeling like, fuck it, fuck the world, fuck everything, right? So I'm ready to commit suicide through murder, like through cop, to make them kill me. So it's like I'm trying to muster up the energy as far as to do that. But it's like my guardian angel was like June, you know what I mean? Every time I get ready to do something, like this nigga just pop up out of nowhere. Like I couldn't get rid of this nigga.
On his ass,
like, I swear to God, I can't get rid of this nigga to this day. I swear to God, I can't. You know what I mean? It's like every time I get ready to do something, he like, cuz, what you doing? Cuz, what's going on? Like, no, come check it out. And it's like that stopped me from actually doing something stupid as far to where I'll still be in there for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? So he helped me transition as far as through that.
And I can tell that, you know, when you talk about your father, you guys had a good relationship. Even though you say that, you know, it was after you went to prison, how important is it for black men to have fathers and be supported by their fathers?
I think it's important as far as for any man as far as to have like some type of father figure in their life. That way that it's not just, they not just seeing the one side as far as of it as far as their mother raising them, you know what I mean? So it's like the father like teaches them different like morals, different respects, different like, you know what I mean, things as far as to stand up for, you know what I mean? And it's like, a woman can only teach a man so much before it's like, okay, I taught you all I know, you know what I mean? And it's like, then they send them out in the world, and as far as next thing you know, then they got their hands on their hip. They like, cause they picking up their mama traits because they always around them, you know what I mean? So it's like, I think it's very important as far as that a man should actually have some type of male figure in their life, like for sure.
Was there ever any moment that you think about to this day and you be like, God, like I'm so glad I had him around to tell me that. I'm so happy I got to spend that time with him. Like, you know, my life probably would be different had I not had him. Like, were there any moments where you just like, I'm so glad that I had the opportunity even just to meet him, just to be around him, you know what I mean?
My dad taught me how to be a survivor. So it's like, he taught me how to fish, he taught me how to hunt, like at a young age, right? Even though that I didn't wasn't taking it serious at that time, though, but it pays off now. Like now when I go out there, like I know how to survive outside of the cell phones or me pushing a button, like I know how to build stuff. I'm excellent with my hands, and that's because of my father. And that helped me take things to the next level that I can, if I do have an offspring, I can pass it on. I mean, so that trait doesn't die.
And HQ, you over there being quiet, so what's up with you? How you get to Beardos?
Fucking with June, really. I had went to a shop, big ass shop, and it really didn't have that many people, so it kind of forced you to lock in on somebody. That's kind of how it is. Like, you know, your workspace when you're a barber, you want to keep good vibes and shit, because you always want to be in good energy just dealing with so many people. And shit, I pulled up to a shop, they told me to talk to June, because somebody was giving me an opportunity at a new shop, and he just held the same energy as me. And he just like, I didn't even know the nigga like that, but he just always had my back. Like other niggas in the shop, me being a woman, cutting hair, you know, looking at me crazy, they side-eyeing, trying to see what I'm doing, and he just fucked with me, he just lashed to me. Especially when he saw I knew how to really do my thing, he like, oh, you saucy, like you really know what you're doing. And I just fuck with him, like his energy always be the same. I'm talking about from everything, like checking on me when I come in there quiet. Shit, if I'm hungry, he like, you hungry, you want some food, you thirsty. Like he really took on some like big brother shit. Like shit, I'ma look out for you. These niggas looking at you crazy. Like I ain't finna let them intimidate you, so shit, I'ma fuck with you. And we just start rocking.
Have to feed you that energy.
Yeah.
That good energy that rub off on you. You know what I'm saying?
So would you say that it's pressure being a female working in a male dominant field? Well, I mean, it's probably not no more, but it's been known to be that
I think I'm the
barbers. Okay.
Ooh, say that to me.
Okay.
So it's like,
but did you always have that confidence, or did you have to build that up?
I mean, I'm a confident person, and I don't like confrontation, but I definitely like the pushback. So like when somebody doubt me, it don't do nothing but make me like go harder for real. So it's like shit. When I jumped into the barber shit, it was kind of like, all right, like dudes automatically look at you like, you know, you ain't supposed to be here, or they sit down in a chair, you never cut them before, they like, you know what you're doing, and I know you only asking me, do I know what I'm doing, because I'm a woman, so, you know, I tell them all the same thing, I really know what you're supposed to look like.
Right.
You feel me?
Okay.
So, yeah, you know, it just been rocking like that, and you know, I keep that good energy, but I also got a good balance between masculine and feminine energy, so it's like, I make a man feel like he dealing with a woman, so, you know, that's kind of one of my cheat codes of the barber industry. I don't come in here, you know, acting like a dude, being too masculine. Shit, I act like I'm a woman.
Shit, though.
I act like I'm a woman.
You be talking hella shit though.
For facts.
I'm just saying.
Facts. I got to,
know
cause
how
I
to give that
gotta
energy.
I gotta stand on my shit. I gotta make them feel like I belong here. You feel me? But yeah, that's how I ended up here. June, he opened the shop. You feel me? He opened Beardo's Grooming probably like 2.5 years ago, and he was like, "Shit, I'm taking you with me. If you coming, I'm taking you with me." I'm like, "Bro,
what you need in the shop?"
I'm like,
you know
"Bro, give me a wash bowl. We got a wash bowl back there. We got a jar. Give me a wash bowl. Give me a jar, and I'm rocking with you." Literally, I want to say before the shop even was finished, he like, "I got the wash bowl in the jar. Come on."
Well, that's standing on business though. You know what I'm saying?
So it's like, that's why I could back what Cuzzo say when he say June a man of his word. Like, If it's Tuesday and he like, I'm gonna buy y'all lunch on Saturday, we have lunch on Saturday. When I told him to get that wash bowl in that dryer, I had that wash bowl in that dryer. So it's like, it's easy to fuck with somebody when they stand on their shit, because so many people don't stand on their shit. Man, woman, everybody. So
what inspired you to become a barber in the first place? Before you even met June, what motivated you to want to cut hair?
honestly, I never wanted to cut hair. I didn't want to
Okay.
do no fucking hair. I really just like people. And similar like Cousin and June, like, you know, when you out here figuring it out, I'm the only girl, two boys, and three kids total. So I was following my brothers, doing shit, fucking with the weed, fucking with the streets, trying to be like them. They my only role models. Shit, took one good time, like he said, go to jail, and you be like, oh, hell no, this ain't for me. I'm too saucy for this shit. Like, you gonna tell me when to shit, sleep, and shower, get up, when the lights going out, all that shit? I did like cool little 30 days, and I was like, I gotta figure something else out. And honestly, this just floated my boat, being able to fuck with people, being able to be on my own time, and being able to, you know, be in control of the money that I make. You feel me? If I give somebody a good service, they gonna give me good money. So I just been rocking with it.